Welcome to the Master Module Digital Architectonics, which we are offering for the third time in the coming semester. It is a rather new module which is very closely related to the research that we do at ATTP. To be brief, I play the introduction from last semester and then elaborate on what has changed in between.
It is a joint course organized together and conceived together with the Chair for Digital Architectonics at ETH Zurich. The module is about thinking about digitalization in a big picture. That means we want to explore and see how the current contemporary forms of technology can be anchored with respect to the tradition of thinking about techniques in the tradition of architecture and architectural treatises. This module will expand a set of instruments for digital architectonics, which introduces into how the structures of thought in architecture, mathematics, and philology can play together upon the background of generic information technology, big data, and machine intelligence. What we are experiencing today is the emergence of new power structures on every scale, and the overarching focus of what we want to begin to explore in the courses here is how these power structures can first of all be recognized, and also how we as architects can start to think about giving them a face, making them publicly recognizable. The module consists of four core courses, 3 lectures and 1 exercise course. There will be a lecture course taught by Elias Zafiris, who is a mathematician from Athens and Budapest. His lecture course is entitled Architecture and Mathematics, and it will attend to major theorems in mathematics, not only in the recent mathematics, but in the history of mathematics, and it will connect, if you want, the worldviews that are embedded in those theorems and also in the readings of those theorems. So it will be about linking mathematical thinking with cosmology. Then the course which I will be teaching together with Vera Bühlmann, who is also a colleague at the department. It is called Architecture and Philology. And here the core is to understand better the role of words and vocabulary in language and in the history of language by focusing what is usually called the problem of translation. Like we usually say, Vitruv was so unclear. For Latins he was writing in Greek, for Greek he was writing in Latin. We cannot properly translate it, and the focus we want to expand on is that concepts can never be properly translated. And we want to look at strategies and at ways of learning how to read in a rich way between different idioms, different discourses, different languages, different geographical or historical areas.
Then there will be a third course, a lecture course, which is taught by Ludger Hovestadt. It is this one.
The last lecture course now will be introduced by Ludger Hovestadt.
My name is Ludger Hovestadt. I'm the head of the chair of digital architectonics at the ETH in Zurich, and I will have this lecture class, Architektur und Digitalisierung. This will be about discussing all the digital techniques around. We will enable you to get you literate in coding, and we will go to all the interesting topics, how the internet works, how the standards are, how to go on encryption, on blockchain. We will go on graphics, on graphs, on number theory. We will go on big data, on machine intelligence, and cover the whole field of things and give you a principal understanding of how all this works and interlinks, and give you an idea of how these techniques of today are set up.
So lastly, I want to present the third course, which is the exercise course, where we are going to focus on treatises, on tracts. So our focus thereby is to take into account that a treatise, different from how we today think of a theory, always also takes into account what we could call a mentality in eloquence, no? So a rhetorical part that connects to theory. This is a very old tradition. There is one organizing device, we could say, a very abstract one, which has given this legacy of speaking in 10 books or 4 books or 6 books and so on. It goes back to a thinking introduced by Pythagoras on the tetractys. It's the 10 scrolls. It's an abstract device. We are going to address this device as a kind of a world formula which co-produces, which co-engenders the key to encipher the model of the world that is being thereby articulated. So we're going to read treatises that exist. We're going to try to understand its structure from this point of view, and you are all going to write your own tract on architecture today in the digital world. We look forward to meeting you. Thank you for watching.